Yo, test, test. Can you guys hear me? I'm going to take them not reacting as we're good. Okay, cool. All right, guys. Hey, April League Challenge here at Sully's Abode. On the left, we got Quinn. Looks like playing a Dragapult. Ew, stinky Dragapult classic. And then we have Aaron playing the cool and exciting Festival Lead. Really cool deck choice, obviously. One prizer deck that can really catch a lot of people off guard, especially these two prize decks. Unfortunately, Dragapult is a pretty terrible matchup for Festival Lead, but Aaron already has the bench Psyduck, which is huge. Okay, it looks like Quinn here contemplating. Aaron has already swung into the Meowth. Unfortunately, I'm not really sure how. Oh, it looks like Aaron did take a knockout. So maybe Aaron took a swung into a one prizer, and then Quinn promoted the Meowth, which I think is great, right? Yeah, Quinn making a little funny here because this is Prost rotation. True, true. I am commentating here at Sully's Abode. Also doing a little side of judging because this is an official event. Unfair Stamp, probably the overhyped, most common ace spec you're going to see here post row, at least at the beginning of the format. Really the only form of hand disruption outside of a supporter like Judge or Harley Quinn. But if you're playing Judge or Harley Quinn, unfortunately there's no, like, that's not really as broken as hitting it like an Unfair Stamp and Lilies. Kind of like what we're seeing Quinn do right now. I mean, he just drew 5, evolved the Dracloak, and now he's going to draw another fresh 8 cards. Again, it looks like Aaron here's taken a prize card already. So, unfortunately, with post rotation, like Quinn was saying, there is no counter catcher. So, being at a little bit of a prize disadvantage already doesn't give you as much as an advantage as it did pre-rotation, which is like a funny thing to say, right? Getting behind in prizes actually puts you at like an advantage because it would activate a lot of cards. Unfortunately, here post-rotation, without the G block, a lot of those cards have rotated. So Quinn's going to see a fresh 8 cards. We're going to Dracloak. Right, so now we're effectively, we drew 5 off the Unfair Stamp, we've seen another 8 cards. Now we're seeing cards 9 and 10, right? So Quinn will hopefully be able to hit when he needs to hit here. Okay, we're going to see 12 cards. This is Recon Directive number 2. Again, look at the accordion Quinn is holding. My God, look at all those cards. Sorry, just making a quick little tweet here. Again, Quinn getting the Hoot Hoot down, so crucial. Looks like Quinn is going to promote the Fez here again. Hopefully the Fez can kind of eat the hits here of the festival lead. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure the Fez actually, it's going to be close. Quinn's hoping that Aaron is going to whiff like a damage modifier. A lot of these festival lead decks play Max Belt. Now, Aaron's deck list, if I got it right here physically, I can pull it up. Let's take a look. Okay, it looks like, oh yeah, he does have the Brave Bangle. So that's I believe that's plus 30, which with the Do the Wave attack is really like a plus 60, right? Because Aaron's going to be swinging into, he's going to be essentially, yeah, Quinn saw like 20 cards that turn. So really, like, you know, it was his, you know, the world was his oyster. Hey, what's up, Quinn? Okay. Aaron going to draw a fresh 6 off the lilies. True. Quinn did a little baby cut off the top. Dang, crazy. But I will say, Bud Catching Set, right, really good card for these grass decks, being able to get a Grassmon and a Grass Energy if you find them. Just gives that little extra dig. Aaron grabbing an Energy and I believe another basic festival lead. Unfortunately, not really the best, but hey, we'll take the Energy. Aaron, you know, gets to secure an attachment, which in a deck like this festival lead deck is really crucial because there's not really a whole lot of like acceleration. So getting those attach returns is really, really crucial here. We see the attachment on the on the Applin on the bench. And Quinn is just patiently waiting. The balloon on the Thwacky, so it can't get stalled. Really huge. Jet Energy rotated, so that was a deck we... Right, and that's what I was talking about earlier, where because Aaron was able to find the Brave Bangle, his Do the Wave does 130 twice, which is 260 for the knockout. Quinn here going to go into the Dracloak. Again, the huge accordion of a hand. We see the Risky Ruins. A lot of Dragapult decks are opting to play the Risky Ruins because it just applies so much pressure if your opponent has, you know, needs to bench out, right? So an early Risky Ruins can actually really like set up some disgusting Dragapult math. Unfortunately, it's just to bump the festival lead stadium or the festival grounds. All right, we see the evolve to Dragapult EX, so here we go. We should hopefully see a 2-prize turn here. Quinn is going to need some sort of, you know, Aaron saying he wished he saw the Pokepad. Probably wanted the Rabska. Rabska turning off Dragapult's damage counters. Really, really, again, great card. Good tech for the matchup. You could see, you know, Festival Lead, unfortunately, really does kind of fold to Dragapult. So Aaron opting to play all the techs, right? Playing the Psyduck to turn off the Dracloak, or to turn off the Dusknoir, as well as the Rabska to try to mitigate some of that Dragapult bench damage. Again, the Applins on the bench only having 40 HP feels really bad, but it is what it is, right? Yep, Quinn grabbing the Crispin here. Unfortunately, the Dragapult had no energy on it, so you have to grab that Crispin. You're kind of seeing really the benefits of like a 1/1 Noctowl line here in Dragapult, right? Because when you get these kind of weird hands, the Noctowl can like really save you. So seeing the Crispin, hopefully Quinn doesn't have all that energy in his hand already. Typically, like when we see something like this, I would prefer to play the Crispin first, just because if you don't draw, if you draw into, like, let's say all your fire energies, well, then your Crispin gets a little less effective. We know that Quinn has the 2 dark energy in hand, so again, that's another kind of like, reason to maybe Crispin first. Like, you have to play the Crispin, right? So hopefully Quinn has 2 different types of energies, and he does. Nice. Yeah, we see both players playing the same types of energy. We love that. That's Yep, yeah, and like I said, pretty obvious, right? Like, not having that attachment on not having that attachment on the Dragapult really forced Quinn to Crispin to both energies to the Dragapult EX, right? In a perfect world, if Quinn had hit an attachment last turn, he would have been able to, like, Crispin 1 energy to the Dracloak on the bench. And we see the Phantom Dive here. And again, this is kind of why, like, Aaron plays the Rabsca, right? Just because, like, Quinn is just able to, like, eat apart his board, taking another 2, taking his first 2 prizes. You could report the computer up there. All right, so Quinn going down to only 4 prizes left. Okay, and now the heat's on Aaron here, right? Like, how is he going to really respond to this giant Dragapult? And it looks like I missed this. Aaron's actually only at 3 prizes, so definitely the game is still, like, in anybody's, like, the game's in anybody's court, right? But again, the pressure's on Aaron here to find some sort of, like, response. Maybe like a boss kill the Meowth would even be fine. Because then it forces Quinn, Quinn won't be able to do, like, a Dusknoir pop, as well as, like, then Aaron can just, like, find a boss again to kill the Duskull on the bench. Okay, we see the 4-for-4 special, right? We see the secret box. You discard 3 to get 4 cards, right? Stadium, item, tool, and a supporter card. So Quinn patently calling it the 4-for-4. And I wonder what Aaron's going to grab. Probably going to be, like I said, maybe a boss. I could see Aaron grabbing, like, another damage modifier. But honestly, like, the Meowth being solo HP, like, I don't even know if you, like, slam the damage mod, right? Brave Bangle, Boss's Orders, a Buddy Buddy Poffin, and that Festival Ground. So, yeah, I mean, Aaron's kind of just saying, like, you already unfair stamp me. Like, whatever I have in my hand, I'm probably going to keep for the rest of the game. Quinn might play like a rogue judge, but, like, again, Aaron still gets 4 cards. He still has the Thwacky on the bench. So, as long as there's a festival lead dude in the active, Thwacky can still find him any 1 card. I got my buddy Uncle Tone here sitting next to me. Not sure if the headset's going to work, though, or I'd offer, but yeah. Thanks, man. But, yeah, Aaron playing the Buddy Buddy Poffin. Again, just going to kind of continue to set up his board. Again, a little scary given the fact that a lot of his guys have low HP, right? The Applin having only 40 HP, is a real shame. But, again, it looks like Aaron's going to grab Goldeen and another Diplin, basically just telling Quinn, like, okay, you can kill one of the Diplins, but I'll have one of them on my following turn, which I think is definitely correct, right? You need to have that attacker. Thwacky having, I think, 80 HP makes it, like, you know, pretty safe from getting Phantom dived. So, oh my God. Aaron is him, man. So we're seeing Kieran doing plus 30, plus the Brave Bengal doing another 30. Yep, and just like Aaron said, yeah, he said do the wave twice for 160 a pop, meaning that the Dragapult gets knocked out. Freaking nuts, man. And you guys saw Aaron does have boss in hand for this following turn. So basically just saying, like, I pretty much have it. It's on Quinn here to do some sort of, like, disruption and somehow power up a Dragapult at the same time. Yeah, Aaron really just kind of hitting the stones. Taking a casual drink out of the Sody Pop because he's in a pretty good spot. Quinn doing a little deck check here, trying to figure out, hey, how can I piece this together? I still have 4 prizes to go. And again, you know, coming from Quinn, I think Aaron grabbing the boss and then playing the Kieran, like, kind of just didn't really feel like Aaron would have had that one-hit KO. So, yeah, and Quinn knows he's got the boss in hand. Oh, second. Yeah, well, and then that's fair too, right? Prizing in Pokemon, crucial part of the game. But you guys see it here. Aaron taking the win and going to 1-0. We'll be right back here with round 2. Don't go anywhere.